Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The people of India are facing a new election. After completing the 5 years, after crossing the last hurdle won by Arun Shuri before the 2019 elections. In this situation, what we want to discuss today is the weather of Indian National Development Inclusive Alliance, which has been formed as India. It will maintain India's uniqueness and democracy. A united group is being formed with the aim of bringing back the democracy in a situation where the democracy is trying to destroy the values and the federal system completely. By completely denying the fundamental rights, eliminate the freedom of expression of the people. Taking away the freedom of expression and expressing the opinions put forward the constitution and and trying to inject the ideas of one religion into the interior of Indian democracy with a definite agenda. Even in the fundamental rights to the individuals to express their opinion and so on according to their freedom. Emergency period is one of the most crucial phase in the Indian political construction of the Indian political history. We know that a group of students came from Bihar under the leadership of Prakash Narayan for bringing back the Indian democracy from that time of emergency. Thus, the preparations are being made for the new united party under the leadership of Nitish Kumar, the present Chief Minister of Bihar. The third phase of the meeting was held in Mumbai under the leadership of Uddhav Thackeray on September 1st. So, the most important slogan of the meeting was Judeka Bharat, Jideka India. Bharat will unite, India will win. Yes, the word is most important in the Indian political scenario. In this contest, you are all welcoming for the discuss on topic Can India redeem Bharat? There are three distinguished personalities for discuss with us. Mr. Rabi, the journalist from BBC, Mr. Zia, a political correspondent, and Mr. Amin Abubkar, a social commentator. Dear fellows, let us can move through the discussions. Mr. Amin Abubkar, how can the slogan can bring the democracy and can a party called India bring back the India in its original form?
The opposition alliance is wide with 26 parties and 48 leaders. In these 200 seats, where Congress and BJP are competing head to head. That is where India's hopes lie. Nitish is performing in Bihar, Mamta in Bengal, Kejriwal in Delhi, and Stalin in Tamil Nadu. Similarly, Congress should be able to win in these seats of Congress, then India will win. And the people of UP who have learned from the rich in Muzaffarnagar and others come to the realization and to become stronger. India really wins when SP wins UP and Congress wins these 200 seats by including Ajit Pawar in Maharashtra and trying to keep JDS in Karnataka. They are pointing out the limitation of NDA in those states. It must have formed from the action of the most critical opposition coalition that upset them. Now Karnataka has given us a lot of hope. It is this opposition alliance needs to ignite the fire without extinguishing it. After 2040, the state that Modi has visited the most before an election is Karnataka. He visited 8 times, despite shining in road shows and setting out to capture Karnataka a year and a half ago. The people will have opened a new door of recognition. The new equation needs to be formed in the country to keep the idea of India burning.
Yes, even the doors of hope are open to the opposition party India that challenges the Indian democracy. Okay, Mr. Rabi, what are the challenges that face the opposition party of India in future?
Even as new doors of unity are opened, some issues of concern surround the opposing coalition in India. The first is how the transition from an India of crisis to an India of hope is possible. That is, how the opposition slogan, India is addressed to the Indian people, is important. Above all, there is a need for India to take appropriate policy position to enable a bright return of the democracy to the country of India. It requires members of the alliance to overcome their mutual differences, voice agreement, and move toward a common goal. The important issue is how feasible it is. How the Indian public perceives mutual discomfort is crucial. It is beyond this and beyond the formation of a national policy. The crisis that will arise if this coalition succeeds is the most important. The main problem is how practical it is. How the Indian public perceives mutual disturbances is critical. The reality is that if we can see the leaders fighting each other for a few pieces of their power, India's very existence will be in jeopardy. Then we can see the India that can work shoulder to shoulder, exactly like chains in a chain linked to give importance to the return of the democratic country called India. That's the hope of Indians. Whether the ruling coalition India can reach that hope is a big question mark. Another major concern is the name Bharat coined by NDA as an alternative to India. We have to see the ramification of India become a potent poison in communal mind. As a reflection of this, there are some ominous indications that the parliament was entered on Vinayaka Chaturthi on the last of 19th month.
Yes, the opposition party of India is facing so many worries. The question of whether the opposition party of India can surmount these concerns is so relevant. And Mr. Ziyad, can you assess the India's prospects with these concerns in mind?
Though is a backdrop that completely distorts India's principle of unity in diversity. The Indian front is formed out of the realization that hereafter we must agree or disagree. But now we must agree India is formed from here. The fact that 48 senior leaders of 26 parties in the country have come to the realization is the first step of resistance. The fact that they are able to sit together in a sitting is seen as a great hope for democracy. We need to understand not what will happen in the future, but that there is a beauty in this gathering. The biggest example of this India being truly feared by those who oppose it is a Mahasambhaka Abhiyan formed by NDA alliance led by union ministers. We have seen union ministers touring the booth levels. The fear that 2024 will cause a crack in many places is bothering them a lot. 100% unity is never possible for India, as it is now a party that stands on two poles ideologically on the country. We have to say that even if we compete with each other in the elections, the hopes given by the people of India, who have agreed on a basic goal and made an action plan according to the goal, are not small. And India will be exposed the hidden agendas of those who constantly sow poisonous seeds in the country's markets of hate with communal cards like Bharat. We can only hope that India will be able to expand Mohabbat Ka Dukan as a supermarket in the country which opened in Karnataka.
Exactly. The BJP had forgone the Constituent Party NTA. But today in India, we have started seeing scenes of NTA coalition history unity. The smallest parties that don't have a majority in the Lok Sabha were not invited to the NDA Constituent Party meeting. But by including such parties now, the BJP is giving a clear indications to the Indian society that they are preparations or that they are fear or preparation from India. This is where India becomes most relevant. There is humanity buried amidst the North Indian pictures and news. There are cries that don't stop. There are leaves that are being scattered. This is where the India's eyes should reach. We have seen a tear-jerking picture of India from Manipur. And we have seen that the India returned to its democracy by petitioning the president, by standing the people of Noah. we have seen that the India revert into its past. There is no doubt that we can keep the India burning like this, where a new India will be formed in 2024. Every citizen of India is going to exercise the right to vote in 2024 because of a peaceful life in a chaotic India with no peace and freedom. After the slogan Garibi Hatao, we had another slogan that had a great impact in the Indian people. Judeka Bharat, Jideka India. Bharat will unite, India will win. Thank you all, thank you for your insights. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.